George. Okay. Okay, I think we are going to start in few minutes until I can get the link.
Can we do the opening prayer first, unless you've already done it?
Not yet. Not yet. We're not yet to start, Mr. Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
So we could just take some.
Yeah, this is the link. I already got it. Okay. Okay, Paula, I think you can start.
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys today? I hope you're all doing good. My name is Paula, and today I will be leading the meeting today. And today's theme is the magic of ordinary moments. But first, before we start this meeting, let's pray. Who wants to pray or lead the prayer? If nobody wants to volunteer, then I would like to choose one person. Z, you can lead the opening prayer.
Okay. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly God, thank you for bringing us today. Please guide our thoughts, words, and actions so that this time may be meaningful and beneficial for all. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
Thank you so much, Z, for the prayers. Now, everybody, we are gonna start performing our speech that we have prepared. And the speech has a theme that is called The Magic of Ordinary Moments. Now, there are lists of people who speaks, and I will read. So the prepared speech, the first one that will talk is Kezia. Is Kezia here?
Yes.
Please turn on your camera on.
Sorry, my little sister is so nosy.
Yeah, it's okay. We would like to hear your voice and make sure you deliver your speech.
Sorry, sorry, Paula, I don't have speech for today.
Oh, all right then. Well,
Sorry, yes.
it's okay. So, who would like to volunteer? Because I'm afraid I might make the same mistake because someone didn't make a speech. So, who made a prepared speech and who would like to volunteer first?
Paula, I think you forgot for the agenda that I shared to you last night.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so everybody, before delivering our prepared speeches, we have a welcoming speech from our coordinator, that is Ma'am Erna. So, Ma'am Erna, the stage is yours.
Hello, Paula. Thank you, Paula. Yeah, I think you got it. But it's okay. No worries at all. Yeah. Okay. Once again, I would like to say hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us in this very special moment and event, like you know it. We are in the Tunas Karya Agora Virtual Youth Club Indonesia Speech Performance 2025. Yeah, this is, you know it, this is a yearly event that allows all of the students to showcase their talents and progress during Tunas Karya Agora Virtual Youth Club Indonesia meeting. And we are in the third group, right? This is an extracurricular activity from Tunas Career Foundation, which partner with Agora Speakers International and of course our ambassador for Indonesia and always faithful support also guides us for the students of Tunas Career Foundation. Now we are, as I told you before, in this class alumni who have participated in this extracurricular for many years, maybe 2 years or 3 years. And of course, I'm really proud of you because of your commitment, because of your improvement. You improve yourself much than before. And that's why sometimes I can feel that I'm living in America or in England because you deliver speech. Your speech is very fluently. Your English very good. And yeah, I know it. You are ready right now. With your word, you can shake the world. And I don't want to left behind. I want to say thank you so much for Coach Mike, who always stay with us, and Tunas Career Foundation, which constantly with your sport, uh, with your time. You always stay with us, and of course, Tunas Career Foundation in every situation and condition right now. So I think that's all, Paula, that I can say. So just enjoy our speech performance this morning. Thank you so much. Back to you, Paula.
All right, thank you so much, Ma'am Erna, for the welcoming speech. That was such a wonderful speech. Now, the next performance is from Mr. Mike. It's also a welcoming speech from our coach, Mr. Mike. So, Coach Mike, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Paula, and all of the others of you who are going to deliver speeches today. Delivering speeches should be fun. I hope you are already finding out that fact. Many people in the world, about 80%, do not like talking in public. And if you can develop the skill, which we're teaching here in the Agora English Club, you will be so much better than many other people outside. This will be useful for you in universities, in internships, in your first jobs, and also in your community activities. Being able to stand in front of a group of people and be able to think on your feet and talk and encourage other people to participate is a really, really useful skill to have. And that's what you're doing now, and you're very young. I wish I had have started at your age. I didn't start public speaking until I was probably 50, 53, I think. And it's been a great joy to me. There's been so much activity, so much interest in being a good public speaker. And that is what we hope you will do here. So go forward, enjoy the speech that you're going to give, and listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So actively listen to the other speakers. And I keep telling people to do evaluations. Evaluations are gold. Spend a little bit of time when you're listening to the speaker, coming up with, coming up with your own evaluation. This is something you need to do in later life when somebody makes a presentation to you or has a conversation with you. You need to be able to decide fairly quickly, do you believe this person? Is the information they're giving you valid or not? So what you're learning now is a really useful skill for communicating later in life. So let me stop there because I'm so eager to hear the speeches you've prepared. So I will hand back to Paula, who is doing a great job. So
Thank
Paula,
you, Mike.
please take it away.
All right. That was a wonderful welcoming speech, and that makes more people interested in our meeting today. Now, this is the part that we have been waiting for such a long time, which is the speaker performances. So, everybody, let's hear the prepared speech that our speaker that has prepared. So, since Kezia has to permit that her sister was being kind of noisy, then we will skip to Z. Now, the next speaker is Z. Z, you're welcome to the stage.
Okay, thank you, Paula. Good morning, everyone, including friends and teachers. My name is Dee, and I will be telling you my speech about the art of noticing life's little wonders. In a world that moves faster every day, where our attention is constantly pulled from one obligation to the next, there is a quiet but powerful practice we often overlook: the art of noticing life's little wonders. We tend to think that meaning is only found in big milestones like the promotion, the graduation, the engagement, the victory. But life in all its richness is not built from only grand moments. It's built from small, easily missed experiences that happen in between. The soft things, the fleeting things, the things we see only when we slow down enough to look. Think about the first sip of coffee on a cold morning, that tiny warmth that travels through you like a promise, or the sound of laughter from someone you love, so familiar that it almost has a language of its own. Think of a stranger who holds the door for you when your hands are full. The tree outside your windows that changes color before you do, or the brief moment of stillness before the world wakes up. These moments are small, but they're not insignificant. They're the threads that quietly stitch our days together. Yet, noticing them is not something that happens by accident. It is a practice, a gentle, intentional way of moving through the world. It requires us to pause, to be present, to let ourselves be surprised by the simple beauty tucked inside the ordinary. When we start paying attention, something remarkable happens. We discover that the little things were never little at all. They're the signal that life is happening right now, not later, not after the achievement, not in some imagined future where everything is perfect. It is right now, in this breath, in this room, in this moment. Noticing life's little wonders also changes us. It softens us, it grounds us, it reminds us that joy doesn't have to be loud to be real, that gratitude doesn't have to be dramatic to be transformative. When you notice what is already good, you train your mind to look for the goodness even in difficult times. And often, that quiet shift is enough to carry you through. But most importantly, the art of noticing reconnects us to one another. When you really look at someone, notice the effort they make, the courage they carry, the kindness they show even when no one is watching. You see them more clearly, you understand them more deeply, you appreciate them more fully. And imagine what could happen if we all moved through the world with just a little more of that awareness, a little more present, a little more willingness to see before we rush past. The pace of the world might not slow down, but we would feel less lost inside it. So, today, I invite you to practice noticing. When you leave here, pay attention to one thing that you have missed: the sky, the air, the person walking beside you. Noticing small. Name it, appreciate it, let it matter. Because life is not just the highlight reel we post or the milestone we celebrate. Life is quiet in between, the little wonders waiting to be found by anyone who chooses to look. And when we learn to notice these wonders, we learn to live more fully, more gratefully, and more awakened to the beauty that has always been there. And that is all of my speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Z. That was such a wonderful speech, and I was so interested in hearing your speech. Now, everyone, the next speaker is Christy. So, Christy, you can turn on your mic, please.
Yes.
Okay, so you can speak to yours.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? I hope you're feeling magical today. It is such an honor to be here to deliver my speech about being grateful. Being grateful is a great way to enjoy life because it helps us to focus on the positive aspects on life, increase our happiness, reduce our stress, and strengthen our personal relationships. By being grateful, we appreciate what we have instead of focusing on what we lack. This makes life feel lighter, more enjoyable, and more meaningful. Being grateful can be cultivated by acknowledging the good things that come our way, no matter how small in everyday life. Dear friends, I want to talk about something we often overlook: the magic of everyday moments. We spend so much of our time to chasing big dreams and anticipating life-changing events that we sometimes miss the quiet beauty right in front of us. When was the last time you were grateful? Happiness is not only found in grand achievements like getting first place in competition in school or being top of your class. Happiness is often hides on simple moments like crying, reflection, genuine laughter with friends, the warmth of the sun in your face, or simply walking on the park or along the beach. Enjoy and feel the simple moments. There you can know the true meaning of gratitude. These moments provide comfort and countless opportunities for joy and gratitude. When we learn to be present in the moment, we appreciate what we unlock a world of beauty and meaning. Children are masters of this. They live to discover and experience the wonders hiding within. With this speech, I encourage you to pause, to take a breath, and look around, appreciating simple things. By changing our focus from constant expectations to simple appreciation, our world can change instantly. We must thank God for giving us perfection so that we can use His wisdom every day. Let us cherish this simple everyday moment because that is where real life happens. Don't forget to be grateful and keep praying for your family and friends. Please have a magical day. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, being grateful. Thank you so much, Christy, for that speech. We learned to be more grateful from Christy's speech. Now, everyone, the next speaker is Giorgio, and the title of his speech is "The Value of Never Giving Up." So, Giorgio, can you turn on your mic and your camera, please?
Before we be- Before we begin this, I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt like giving up? Not because you couldn't continue, but because you were simply tired of trying? If your answer is yes, then you are in the right place. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be here today. Whether you are joining me live on Zoom or watching this later on YouTube, I truly appreciate your presence. Today, I would like to talk about something simple to say but often difficult to live out: the value of never giving up. In life, every one of us face challenges. Sometimes the road is smooth, but many times it is full of obstacles that test our strength, our patience, and our determination. It is during these difficult moments that we are tempted to stop, to walk away, and to believe that success is not meant for us. But the truth is, this success does not belong to the strongest, the smartest, or the luckiest. Success belongs to those who do not give up. Never giving up does not mean you will never fail. In fact, failure is part of the journey. Thomas Edison failed more than 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. Imagine if he had stopped after his first failure, or even his 100th. The world today would be very different. What kept him going was not perfection, but perseverance. Never giving up means choosing to rise every time you fall. It means learning from your mistakes rather than letting them define you. It means believing that the effort you make today can create a better tomorrow. When life gets hard, it is easy to doubt yourself. But remember this: every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. The moment you decide to quit, it is the moment all your hard work stops mattering. But the moment you choose to keep trying is the moment your story of victory begins. So the next time you feel discouraged, I want you to say to yourself, I may not be there yet, but I will not give up. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. As we come to the end of this talk, I want to leave you with one final thought. Your journey may be slow, your progress may be invisible to others, but as long as you keep moving forward, you're already winning. If you're watching this on YouTube and you needed this message today, take it as a sign. Keep going. And if you are on Zoom, I hope you leave this session with renewed strength and belief in yourself. Remember, the people who achieve their dreams are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who always rise again. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish your strength, courage, and perseverance on your journey.
All right, thank you so much, Giorgio. That was such a wonderful and inspiring speech. Now, so for the next speaker is Mike Farron with the title The World and Its Magic. Mike Farron, the time and stage is yours.
Uh, Hello everyone. Good morning. To, Today, I will tell you the world and its magic. Of, uh, the world is an endless world where we get to explore planets, galaxies, so much more, even superclusters. But you would think it's infinite, but each thing has an end.
I think Mike Farron disconnected. There might be a problem with his Wi-Fi, but I'm pretty sure he will join soon.
Maybe it's a magic moment.
Yes. Just like the theme of our speech. So let's wait for Mike Farron. Mm. While waiting, there are many more speeches that are coming. And let me just say the lists of people that are going to speak so they can prepare. So after Mike Farron, there is Osric, Fortino, Nathaniel Ben, Christabel, Gracia, Michael, Paolo, Fabio, Paula, Yoga Daniel, and Gideon. And looks like Mike Farron is back. So welcome back, Mike Farron. And you can continue your speech.
I'm actually sorry if I got out because I did have a time limit because my mother put a limit on my apps which didn't
Oh,
actually specifically did Zoom it so like it got out. It just limited and it got out of the meeting.
so is the time limit still on? Because you really need to speak your speech.
Well, I don't know. So I think I'll have to like for the two speakers first. Have to wait because
All right.
okay.
So, well, we will move to the next speaker. Okay. So, as what I've said before, the next speaker after Mike is Osric. So, Osric, you can speak, and may I know what is the title for your speech?
So the title for my speech is Dungeons and Dragons and how it reflects on life.
Okay.
All right,
So, you may speak now.
all right. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on your time zone. Today, I want to take you on a journey. A journey not into a forest full of goblins, not into a dungeon guarded by dragons, but into something more familiar, our own lives. But to get there, I have to start with a game that millions of people love all around the world, which is Dungeons and Dragons. Now, if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons or never heard about it, I'll tell you a little fun secret. It is far more than just a game about swords, abilities, spells, and strange creatures. Dungeons and Dragons is a story where you build your own world with imagination, a journey you take with friends, and most importantly, a reflection of life itself. Every character starts somewhere. When you begin a dungeon D&D campaign, you don't start as a legendary hero. You don't begin with an enchanted armor, dozens of magical spells, or any legendary weapons. Instead, you start as a level 1 adventurer, scarce in power, limited in mobilities, and armed mostly with hope and determination. And that is exactly how life works. None of us start as experts. None of us begin us with perfect stats, and some of us might have strengths, others might have intelligence, and some have charisma. And some of us feel like we rolled a natural one in some certain areas. But in Dungeons and Dragons, your starting stats don't define your final destiny. A wizard with low start strength can become the most powerful spellcaster. A rogue with your wisdom can learn to navigate every danger, and even a barbarian with low intelligence can still save the day with a pure heart and bravery. Your beginning does not shape your limits. Instead, your growth does. And in life, that is exactly the lesson we need to remember. Every campaign is a series of encounters. Some are battles, some are puzzles, and some are negotiations, or even lessons in disguise. Life mirrors this perfectly. Some days feel like a combat encounter, where it's fast, intense, and overwhelming. Some days feel like a puzzle, filled with confusion, requiring patience and thought, and some days feel like a social encounter, where you need confidence, intelligence, kindness, and courage to move forward. And just like in the game, we don't get to choose any of our encounters, but we get to choose how we respond to them. A tough, a tough challenge doesn't mean the story ends. It means the adventure has become meaningful. In Dungeons and Dragons, no hero survives alone. Not even the strongest paladins, the smartest wizards, or even the agilest rogues. You need a party, you need your teammates, and most importantly, you need friends and family. A cleric to heal you when you're hurt, a fighter to protect you when you're vulnerable, a bard to inspire you when you fall down, and a bard and a wizard offers you solutions you never thought of. And in life, our party is just as important. Our friends, our family, and our mentors are the ones who push us forward, help us when we feel down, and remind us who we are. Your party doesn't have to be perfect. They just need to be willing to walk by you on your journey. In every campaign, there's also a dungeon master, the storyteller, or the guide who often describes the world and its challenges. But even the dungeon master doesn't control everything. They react to the player's decision and create opportunities within the chaos. Life has its own dungeon master. Fate, destiny, circumstances, whatever we want to call it. Life presents us with unexpected topics. The door that suddenly closes, a challenge that arrives without warning, or even a reward without we didn't expect. But the truth is, just like in Dungeons and Dragons, the story you shape the story through your choices. Your actions matter, your decisions create paths, your bravery changes outcomes, and more. Life might not be predictable, but it's playable. Now, I want to talk about one of the most iconic parts of Dungeons and Dragons, the uncertain dice, or as I like to call it, the dice. Dice represent the unknown. You can swing your sword perfectly, but the dice decides if you can or not. You can give the best speech, but the dice decides if you persuade the crowd, make them happy, and make them willing to invite you. You can plan the perfect strategy, but this does still determines if it fails or succeeds. This uncertainty sometimes terrifies most people, but it teaches something valuable. In life, you can control your efforts, but cannot control every outcome. Sometimes you're all 20, everything works out, and sometimes you're all one, and it collapses, and you stand there wondering what went wrong. But think about it like this. No one stops playing just because of a low roll. In fact, your lowest rolls often lead to the best stories, the funniest moments, and the best important lessons. A failed roll doesn't mean the adventure is over. It means you get to try something new. And in life, the dice teaches us three things. You won't always get to roll the number you want, and you always get to roll a nerve you want. But a single roll does not define your journey. The dice is a reminder of our hope, because as long as you keep rolling, the future can always change. In Dungeons and Dragons, the more challenges you face, the more experience you gain. Eventually, you level up. Your abilities grow, your skills improve, and you become stronger, wiser, and more capable. Life works exactly the same. Every difficulty, every difficult day you survive, every problem you solve, every fear you face, every failure you learn from, and they all give you experience. You level up not by avoiding challenges, but by facing them. You become stronger because of the battles you faced, not because of the battles you avoided. At the end of the day, Dungeons and Dragons remind us of one thing. You are the hero of your own story. You choose your quest, you build your character, you gather a party, and you face dragons. whether they are fear, failure, or obstacles, and your role through those, trusting that no matter what happens, you can keep going. Life is not perfect. It is unpredictable and chaotic and confusing, but so is every great adventure. And just like in Dungeons and Dragons, the greatest stories don't come from like heroes. They come from ordinary people who try to pick up the dice and say, I'm not sure what happens, but I'm brave enough to fix it. That's all for my speech, and that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Osric. That was a good speech. Now, for the next speaker, after Osric, we got Fortino. So, Fortino, what is the title of your speech?
My title is The Silent Savior.
Okay, so you can talk now and the speech.
Okay. It's midnight and you're walking alone. And in the darkness, you see a dark, shadowy figure. And in the next second, your heart beats faster, your muscles tense up, and then when when the figure starts moving, you immediately run out of there. That's called fear. Good morning, everybody. My name is Fortino Kang, and today I would like to talk about the very thing that has kept us alive for millions of years and our silent savior, fear. Now, what is fear? Fear is a natural emotion that keeps us safe. Think about it like this. Fear is the body's alarm system. So when your brain thinks there's something dangerous, maybe like a loud bang or a wild animal or even a big exam, uh, your heart, your brain sends signals throughout your whole body. So your heart beats faster, or your muscles tense up, and your senses are heightened. And the goal here is to help you react quickly if it is necessary. Now, fear has been with us since the dawn of humanity, and fear isn't only in humans, but also in animals. Take a bunny, for example. When it hears a loud noise, it immediately runs away from the scene because it is scared. But why does fear exist? Fear exists to protect us from danger, help us pay attention, and prepare us to respond. For example, when there's something like scary, it prepares you to respond by running, hiding, or staying alert. Now, fear is divided into two categories. The first one being real dangers, which are real threats that can actually harm you. For example, like a car speeding your way or a wild animal. And the second one being imaginary dangers. Uh, the imaginary dangers can't actually harm you. For example, like thinking there's something scary in the dark, uh, hearing a, hearing like a loud noise, like when something is dropped, or thinking that other people are judging you. Now, I've had my fair share of experiences with fear. Uh, One of the most memorable experiences is like one day I was bored, so I went upstairs to mess with the keyboard in my room. It was just quiet. I was just messing around, and then suddenly there was a a big noise behind me, like a loud noise behind me. And then my head snapped backwards, and I could feel my chest tightening and my heart beating faster. I got goosebumps all over my body, and I felt sick to my stomach. And turns out it was just a belt that fell from the hanging place. Yeah, and that falls into the category of imaginary dangers. So a falling belt can't actually harm me, but that scared me a lot. And like usually when I'm studying or doing something, like when I hear a noise behind me or like when I think like, what if there's a monster behind me? And I just look behind me and like I'm just paranoid the whole time. So I also might just sit on the bed so I can get a full view of the room just to be safe. Okay, now the question is fear bad? Well, not really, since fear has kept us alive for millions of years. So like back then, predators were larger and much scarier, such as like saber-toothed tigers, human-eating alligators, or short-faced bears. And fear is necessary for survival. But fear isn't really bad, but fear only gets bad when like it prevents you from doing normal stuff. And when that happens, you should seek help from a trusted person. All right, so in conclusion, fear is something that has kept us alive for millions of years. Yeah, that would be all for my speech today. Thank you.
All right, for Tino, that was a long but interesting speech. Now, everybody, for our next speaker, we got Nathaniel Ben, and oh yeah, he's here. So, Nathaniel Ben, what's the title of your speech now?
So my title of the speech is The Hidden Wonders of Ordinary Moments.
Okay, all right. So now you can take the stage and speak now.
The Hidden Wonders of Ordinary Moments. When we think of big moments, we usually think of achievements or finding something so rare that have to be commemorated as memories, like trophies you displayed in bookshelves. But what if I tell you it's actually hiding in plain sight? What if these things are actually in front of you, but you can't see it? Well, I'm telling you the truth. I'm Nathaniel Ben, and this is the magic of ordinary moments. These things can be everywhere, and it's usually things we quickly forgot or quickly passed by. It can be your first yawn of the day, or in your warm soto ayam and milk for breakfast. It's like just like a nail sitting in a concrete that you're looking for and then just plain forgot it and and pa- and pass by for years when one day you step on it and then you notice it and you're like, wow, I found it, and you take it. The fact is, these moments are magical not because they're easy to miss, but it's because they're honest according to our feelings. They show up hour after hour, day after day. They usually things that you usually do according to your mood, like playing your favorite music or watching your favorite video or even talking to your friends. So, in conclusion, these moments aren't just big accomplishments that you make. It's things that is currently happening to us right here, right now. We shouldn't overlook them because we could potentially overlook ourselves. What we should do is to stop postponing wonders. Stop stop telling ourselves that great lives will begin after the next success or the next change or the next big moment. Because the truth is, it's actually happening. yesterday, today, right now, or tomorrow. And when we learn to honor them, we will discover something really extraordinary. So just remember, the magic was never gone. It is actually waiting for us to notice it. So thank you everyone for listening to my speech, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathaniel. That was lots of body language, but that makes it more interesting. Now, the next speaker is Christabel. So, Christabel, our future scientist, what's the title of your speech?
So, my title of my speech is The Unscripted Magic.
Okay, so you can speak now. The stage is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Paula. So, have you all wondered that what if all of your attempts, exactly like in your big exams on or your entire life, is just a made up? You're not even trying, and it doesn't matter every time. Well, I'm here to tell you that all of that you think right now is not true, and it's just your imagination. So, I will presenting my speech about the unscripted magic of ordinary moments. I'm Christabel, and in this lovely morning, I will deliver my speech. So, what is exactly magic? Magic is something in our life. It depends on the activities or something that we do. Like, for example, take a picture of you doing a big examination tomorrow. You have learned for the past 8 hours and no sleep. But when it's the time that you need to answer the exams, you completely do not know. What's the answer? Well, let me tell you the secret. The secret is you don't need to study. Yes, actually, don't need to study. You just gotta take your note and start copying everything from your note. And make sure to memorize shortly, paragraph per paragraph. And when it comes to the examination, just rely on yourself. Be confident. The result doesn't matter, it's the process. And for the last, there's other types of magic in ordinary moments, such as picture you talking to your friends. It was all good and normal when one of your friends bring up the most exciting comic that you've ever read. Or maybe a famous drawing that you liked. And you may be wondering, wait, you know that too? I know that too. Let's share informations about it. And you guys tell stories. And that's magic because it hints a little spark from our mind. And with this kind of magic, we can be more confident and make more friends. And also with this type of magic, We could build up our mind and well be ourselves without ever being insecure. And I think that's it. The only conclusion here is just to rely on yourself. Be confident. If there's problem, make sure to ask your friends or your parents or maybe the closest person you know. And that's what I call magic. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Christabel. Now let's welcome our next speaker after Christabel, which is Gracia. Gracia, please turn on your microphone and your camera. We would like to hear your speech. Gracia, it's your turn to speak.
Okay, good morning everyone. Today I want to deliver a speech. The theme is the magic of ordinary moments. When we hear the word magic, we often imagine something extraordinary, sparklers, surprise, or moments that take our breath away. But today I want to talk about a different kind of magic, the magic of ordinary moments. Ordinary moments are the small things we often overlook. A quiet morning before the world wakes up. A shared laugh with a friend. A simple thank you that makes someone smile. This moment may seem small, but they quietly shape our lives in powerful ways. In our busy routines, we are always chasing something bigger: success, recognition, or the next big achievement. Yet, while we are looking ahead, life is happening right now. The magic is not always in grand celebration, but in daily experience that bring comfort, connection, and meaning. An ordinary moment becomes magical when we truly pay attention. When we truly pay attention, when we listen instead of rushing, when we appreciate instead of complaining, when we choose kindness, even in small, simple actions. These moments remind us that happiness doesn't always come from having more, but from noticing more. So let us slow down. Let us cherish the everyday moments that make us feel alive. Because one day we may look back and realize that the ordinary moments were the most magical ones of all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Gracia. Now, for the next speaker, since Vanessa is not here, we will skip to Michael. So, everyone, let's give a round of applause for Michael and let him speak his speech.
Uh, Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael, and I'm gonna be giving you a speech about the magic of witchcraft. Yes, witchcraft. So, when the average human being hears about the word witchcraft, their mind usually runs off, bolts off straight to the normal representation of a witch, which is a green flying witch with a cauldron making potions and stuff. Am I right? Yeah. But the actual magic of witchcraft whistles in a very much more quiet place. It's a part of human history, and in our very oldest story, very most oldest story, uh, and urge to understand forces that are way bigger than us. Witchcraft is one of the many, many early attempts of humanity to try and describe the invisible strings that shape our world. Far before textbooks, people watched the world only with their eyes and noticed patterns in the stars, the pulse in the seasons, the rhythm of storms, and etc. Witchcraft grew from human curiosity that isn't just spells and charms, but a way to engage with unknown things, to try and give meaning to things that we do not have an explanation for. Across the culture or cultures, witches appeared as healers, shamans, diviners, herbalists. In times where medicine was just a rumor, where witches carried knowledge of plants that calm down pain and allow for easier rest. They were the original researchers that experimented with roots, leaves, minerals, and way more far before chemistry had an actual name. Their potions were actually scientific medicine, early products of science. But witchcraft isn't all about gentle in lantern light. It was also twisting something that was feared. Accusations became weapons that people use against each other. Superstition collides with pretty much everything. Thousands of humanity, thousands of people suffered because of a misunderstanding that the world couldn't control. Today, the image of witches has transformed. Instead of being seen as a threat, the witch often stand for knowledge, harmony, science, and strength. Modern practitioners explore herbalism, symbolic rituals, mindfulness, and meditation. Others only simply enjoy the aesthetic, journals, ritual candles, the sensation of tapping into an ancient thing, whether taken seriously or just taken playfully. It keeps fascinating humans because it represents the human desire to connect with something beyond the normal. So, what is witchcraft? It ain't lightning from the fingertips or the ability to levitate your homework. It's the magic of believing that the world is fairy stuffed with layers hidden away, waiting to be discovered. It's the magic of our intention, focusing your mind so sharply that even small actions can feel very meaningful. It's the fact that the magic of storytelling has followed humans for thousands of years. Witchcraft reminds us of that wonder. We still reaching out for symbols that give us comfort in that sense. Witchcraft is a reflection of the imagination that continues to live in each of us. Okay, that's all about my speech about witchcraft. I hope you listened. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Michael. We learned lots of interesting um, moments, and Now the next speaker is gonna be Paolo. So Paolo, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So what's the title of your speech?
My speech is about what do you want, Mom? Like that.
Okay. So
Can I start? Okay. Hello, Mr. Mike, Ma'am Erna, and my friends. My name is Paulo Ignacio Fernandez. I'm going to tell you about a speech about what do you want, Mom? We're gonna talk about the deep meaning and what does my mother hope for me. Firstly, we need to know about the meaning of the question. It can mean the deep meaning of the question that we ask to our mom. The deep meaning can be mom's desire to us, expectation, needs, and motivation for us in the near future or in the future. Expectation can be hopes, dreams, and prayers for us. Needs can be about asking us to cook her a dish, um, tell us to study, and give her a massage. And motivation can be support from our mom, telling us never be afraid for the new things and don't repeat the same mistake like the last time. Yesterday, in the afternoon, I tried to ask my mother about the question, and she replied, Son, I just want you to be loved by everybody. Be a successful person and don't be afraid of the future. After listening to my mother's answer, I said, I am proud to be your son. I want to be someone that can achieve your hopes in the future. Let's be the children who can fulfill the hopes and expectation of our parents in the future. I hope you guys can be the children who are useful to your parents. Thank you for listening.
thank you, Paolo. So the next speaker is his twin, I think, Fabio. So Fabio, what is
Paula?
Oh yeah, Mike, you will be speaking after Fabio. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Fabio, it's your turn to deliver your speech now.
My title is What Do You Want, Mom?
All right. So you can hear it now.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Fabio. So today I'm gonna speak about what do you want, Mom? In this surface meaning and deep meaning, surface meaning like my mom need massage from me. At the time from deep meaning can be about my mother expectation. So at the night I asked my mom about what does she wants from me. I come to her room and ask mom, what do you want, mom? I ask. Honestly, my mother expectation is hard for me need to do a lot of things to make it happen. I want you to know I'm so grateful to be your son. I won't change myself for all what mother had done for me. I'm proud to have you and I want to be someone you can be. I won't be someone to help you when I can my promise for you, Mom, to always being the best version of me. To all the children in the world, let's be someone's unique and the best. Let's love our mom and fulfill what she wants. Thank you.
Okay, is that all?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Fabio, and also Paolo. They are like twins, and so are their speeches. So now the next speaker, as what I've said before, is Mike Farron with the title "The World and Its Magic." Mike Farron, give Mike Farron a very warm welcome.
Thank you, Paula. Uh, Hello, everyone. Good morning. I will tell you the world and its magic. The world is an endless world where we get to explore planets, galaxies, and so much more. You think it's infinite, but each thing has an end. It starts from planets, and that's galaxies, and finally, the observable universe. All of this comes from a star which caused the Big Bang, uh, which uh, which is a supernova that occurred uh, when the star is in its last evolutionary stages of or it could happen when a very dense core, or otherwise known as a white dwarf, is triggered into runaway nuclear fusion. This is a dangerous acceleration fusion reaction uh, that could heat up cores, such as a white dwarf, that could cause a supernova. It uh, it formed ener- the Big Bang formed energy first, uh, which and then this formed space, and then time, and finally matter, which was made into planets like the Sun, the Earth, the uh, and like Neptune. There were also galaxies like our home galaxy, that is the Milky Way galaxy, and and then superclusters such as the Virgo supercluster, which contains our Milky Way galaxy. This Big Bang rapidly cooled, which formed elements such as hydrogen and helium, and eventually it it cooled to make stars, galaxies, and planets, which I have said. This is this is uh, formation of the solar system, which we live in now. This also made what water, land, and our planet Earth. This is how we were made, and this is how we can live. And uh, so that is all for my speech. But if we were to ask a question, I could I could find I could answer that question. But if I couldn't answer it, I'm sorry to say that I cannot find it, your answer, but I can find it in the next speech. Thank you. Thank you everyone for listening to my speech.
Thank you, Mike Farron.
Okay, thank you, my Felon. And then now we go to the next speaker. The next speaker is Paula, and the title, The Magic of Ordinary Moments. Okay, Paula, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Marina. So everybody, now it's my time to deliver my speech. So the title is The Magic of Ordinary Moments. Have you ever laughed so hard that you forgot your problems, your homework, and even forgot why you were stressed in the first place? Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Paula, and thank you for being here today and for taking the time to listen to my speech. Now, when people talk about magic, what comes to your mind? Something big, something rare, or something that only happens once in a lifetime? Because for a long time, I thought magic had to look like that too: loud, exciting, or extraordinary. But then school happened. Honestly, when I first came to school, I didn't expect much. I thought it would just be lessons, assignments, exams, and counting down the days until I didn't come in thinking then I find people who would matter this much to me. Some of the friends I'm close with now, I never expected it. Not even a little. Some of them were just like that classmate. And even some of them are just like strangers that I meet in school. Someone I sat near, or someone I talked to when I only needed notes. That's it. But somehow things changed. It didn't happen in only one big moment. It happened slowly and slowly, through small conversations, through sitting together before class started, through complaining about school, some teachers, and assignments. Because let's be real, that's how friendship starts sometimes. And then everyone came those moments where we laughed, like really, really laughed. The kind of laughter where you can't even breathe properly, where your stomach hurts so badly, and where you look at each other and start laughing again for no reason. Have you ever had laughs like that? Laughs like that don't make sense, even if you try to explain them later. These moments didn't feel magical at the time. They felt normal. Just another day at school, just another laugh with friends. But those moments stayed with me. There were days when school felt exhausting, days when I didn't feel motivated, days when I just wanted to go home and take a rest. And yet, being around them made the day lighter, not because everything suddenly became perfect, but because I wasn't alone. Isn't it funny how someone's presence can change your whole mood? How just sitting with the right people can make a bad day feel manageable? Well, that's when I started realizing something. Maybe magic isn't about something interesting or excitement. Maybe it's about comfort. Or maybe it's about people who come into your life quietly and make your ordinary days better without even trying. And the funny thing is, we don't realize it while it's happening. We think these days will last forever. We think the laughter will always be there. We think we'll always have time. But will we? One day, classes will end, schedules will change, people will go their own ways, and suddenly, the moments we thought were boring become memories we wish we could relive. So now, let me ask you something. How many magical moments are you living right now without noticing? And how many magical people around you are slowly becoming important to your life? Now, the value I learned from this speech is simple but very, very important. Don't rush through ordinary days. Don't underestimate small moments. Don't take people for granted, especially the ones who make you laugh, feel comfortable, and feel understood. Because sometimes the most ordinary moments, laughing freely with your friends, talking about nothing, just being together, end up being the most magical parts of our lives. And even our parents know our best friends. And maybe magic isn't something that we need to search for. Maybe it has already been there for such a long time, quietly happening in our everyday lives, waiting for us to notice it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that I can deliver for my speech today. I hope you learned something and valued something from speech. Thank you for listening. So that is the end of my speech, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this speech and learned something from my speech. Now, after me, there's another speaker, which is our timer, Yoga Daniel. So, Daniel, the time and place is yours. You're allowed to speak now.
Who will be the timer, Paula? Maybe I will help Daniel or
Yeah.
anyone wants to help. Paulo, ID? Do you want to help Daniel to be the timer? Where is Paulo?
Sure.
Okay, Paulo. Thank you so much.
But what is the
3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes?
Yeah, 3 green, 4 yellow, and 5 red. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Daniel.
Daniel, you can speak.
I can start, right?
Yeah.
Right. Hello everyone. My name is Yoga Daniel Tagaw. I'm a seventh grader and I will deliver my speech about severe natural disasters. There are a lot of natural disasters in the world, such as earthquake, tsunamis, and more. Now I will tell you what is a natural disaster and all of the the disasters from the most common to the rarest that could happen. What is a natural disaster? A natural disaster is basically a really big bad event caused by nature that hurts a lot of people and causes a lot of damage. It is a harmful event caused by the force of nature that is so big and destructive that the people in that area cannot handle it by themselves. Now, what is the factor of for the natural disasters to happen? The first one is natural hazard. This is the powerful, dangerous event coming from the earth or the weather. Examples: a hurricane, strong wind, a river flooding its banks, a sudden earthquake shaking the ground, or a volcano erupting. The second of all is vulnerability. This refers to the people, homes, buildings, and roads that are in danger of being hurt or destroyed. If a hurricane or other disasters hits a big city, the people and the buildings are vulnerable. It, and it becomes a disaster's damage. What kind of natural disasters that could happen? Now there is a lot of natural disasters like I said earlier. So here's all kind of natural disasters that are known from the common ones to the rarest ones. Number one is floods. Basically the floods is like a tsunami, but tsunamis tsunamis struck strikes land, but floods waters that are building up higher and higher until everything floods. It is a widespread disaster caused by excessive rain or river overflow, and it makes a great damage depends on the place, making it the most frequent global hazard events. The second one is severe storms. It includes damaging thunderstorms, lightning strikes, and large hail. Occurs daily across the world, making it the most frequent global hazard events alongside floods. The third one is tropical cyclones. Now you may heard of this, and there's active hurricanes now, and it is a large rotating storms that brings strong winds and huge storms surges every year. It is depends on the season, and if it hits, like I said, if it hits a big city, it will be a very chaos to the land. Fourth is earthquake. It is caused by sudden movement of the Earth's crust. Destructive events happen yearly in specific seismic zones. The most earthquakes occurred it is in Indonesia, China, and Japan. Wildfires. It is it is a natural disaster that happens uh, from global warming that is overheating, and sometimes it occurred because of a lightning struck. It is uncontrolled large-scale fires in the forest and large area. These natural these natural disasters are often caused by global warming that is overheating, and sometimes it occurs by a lightning struck. Volcano eruption. It it is a common fiery greatly. Major globally impacting eruptions are rare, though minor eruptions happen more often. It happens because of the activities on the volcano or earthquake. And there's the second version of volcano eruption, and it is the super volcano eruption, the most massive eruption possible, capable of causing a global volcanic winter. It only occurs every tens of thousands of years. One of the examples of the supervolcano is at Toba Caldera Volcano, Indonesia. They are a lot more natural disasters than you expected, so beware of these disasters and stay safe. That's all of my speech. Thank you for the attention and have a nice day.
Okay, thank you, Danielle, for that wonderful speech. Now, everyone, our last speaker is Gideon. So, without further ado, let's give a warm round of applause to Gideon.
Hello everyone. Today I want to tell you about ordinary moments in our life. These moments look small, but they are very important. Many people forget them, but they shape our days. Ordinary moments are things we do every day. We wake up, we eat, we talk, and we rest. These actions look simple, but they carry meaning. We often think happiness comes from big events. We wait for success, money, or special days. Because of this, we forget to enjoy today. But life is not made only of big moments. Life is built for small moments that repeat every day. These moments quietly fill our life. A smile from a stranger is an ordinary moment. A kind word from a friend is also ordinary, but these small things can change your mood. Ordinary moments help us feel calm. When life feels busy, they help us slow down. They remind us to breathe and relax. In the morning, simple things bring peace. The sound of birds, fresh air, or warm sunlight can comfort us. We just need to notice them. Ordinary moments teach us graduate. When we say thank you for small things, our heart feels like the graduate help us see good things around us. A normal day with no problems is already a gift. Peace is something very valuable. Many people forget this truth. Ordinary moments also connect us with others. Talking, listening, and sharing time build strong relationships. Love often grows in simple ways. We don't need we don't we do not need a perfect life to feel happy. We only need to accept our life as it is. As a first acceptance brings peace to our heart. Ordinary moments teach us patience. They help us enjoy the journey, not only the goal. Life is not a race. When we enjoy small moments, stress becomes smaller. Our mind feels clearer and calmer. Simple joy gives us strength. Ordinary moments are free gifts. We don't we do not need money to enjoy them. They are always around us. Even hard days have small good moments. A short rest, a deep breath, or a kind thought can help us. Hope can be found in a small ways. Life is made of many ordinary moments together. They create our story. Every small moment matters. When we ignore ordinary moments, life feels empty, but when we value them, life feels full. Our perspective changes. Happiness becomes closer when we slow down. We stop chasing too much. We start appreciating what we have. Let us train our eyes to see simple beauty. Let us train our heart to feel grateful. This is how joy grows. In the end, remember this message. The real magic of life is not loud or big. The real magic life is in ordinary moments. I think that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Gideon, for the speech. Now, that was our last speaker. So, the next is we have the feedbacks from Coach Mike. So, Coach Mike, you can give us feedbacks about our speeches and our meeting today.
Okay, thank you so much, Paula. What a great job you did. It was difficult juggling the balls of all of these speeches and people popping up and popping out of the internet. But anyway, you did a great job. Thank you. Thank you for volunteering. Okay, the speeches were also great. I think everybody here deserves a applause. So congratulate yourselves. The speeches were good. They were as good as you could do them at the moment. And the whole purpose of this group, this class, is to keep improving. So every time you give a speech, get feedback, use the feedback when you're preparing your next speech. So your next speech will always be better than the last one. And that's what you're doing at the moment. You're growing a very firm foundation on which you can build speeches. So small steps are all that is required. Don't get despondent. Don't get disappointed. Just move forward little by little, and you will get there. We have some really, really good speakers in this group already. And I'm amazed at how young you guys are. When I was your age, there's no way that I could have done what you're doing. I didn't get involved in public speaking until I was, I think, 53. Old. Orang tua. And you can tell that, the beard. Old man. So speeches are really important for you to be able to give well. Speeches are something you're going to have to do a great deal of when you're at university, when you're doing internships, when you're working for salary, and also in your community. You will get involved in many extra curricular activities, not just university projects, work projects, but things that you are passionate about or will in the future become passionate about. So it's very important to be able to communicate. And communication is a two-way process. Remember, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion. Actively listen to anything you hear, everything you hear. Listen to people giving speeches. Maybe there's something in there that will really inspire you. So listen carefully, find out what it is. Why is the person delivering the speech so passionate about what they're doing, what they're talking about? Maybe it's something you would like to get involved in. So listening is really, really important. And when people are speaking, you need to decide, 1, do you believe this person? 2, is there something here that's useful for me? And 3, is there something useful here for humanity? Much bigger scale. All of you know, I think, Greta. Anybody not know who Greta is? Anybody know Greta? Greta Thunberg. She's when she started, I think she was like 15. And she was talking about saving the world, climate change, and some very technical subjects. But she was very young. And she is now, I think, about 23. So she's been doing this for about 8 years. She is a great speaker. She is invited to speak all over the world. And she took that first step. And because she's able to communicate, her life has changed. Do the same for yourself. Don't live a boring life stuck in the corner with the light switched out, hoping that nobody will notice you and just leave you there. Get out into the world. We only live once. At your age, that doesn't mean very much. At my young age, 76 years young, it means a lot. I don't have another 76 years ahead of me. You may have another 10, 15 years ahead of you, I hope, and many, many more, multiples of that. So get involved in life. Do it now. Don't leave it until mañana, bukra, badain, inshallah. Yeah, do it now. Get the value of what you can do. And that's why public speaking for me is one of the things that I can deliver positive things for you. This is my gift to you. Make you better public speakers, because I know my observation, 45 years as an HR manager in large companies, people who speak well tend to get promoted. People who speak well tend to get invited to exciting projects. Don't hide from all of this. And as you've already noticed, all of you, if you think back to the very first time you came to an Agora meeting, how did you feel? Were you shaking? Did you feel like vomiting? Were you nervous? Did you have a million butterflies flying around inside your stomach? Probably. 80% of the world do not like to speak in public. But as you know, you can overcome these fears, and they're nothing serious. The best way of getting rid of nervousness is good preparation. Don't leave the preparation until the morning before you're delivering. Start 2 weeks before or longer. Give it as much time as you can, but get into the project as you have with these speeches and make the next one even better. And even though you've already delivered this speech that you've prepared today, that's not the end of the story. The homework continues, believe it or not. You need to think. You were at that speech. You heard yourself deliver that speech. What evaluation would you give yourself? How can you improve that speech for next time? Ask your friends for feedback. What did they think of your speech? Are there any little things that you could think they might suggest you could improve on? Incorporate them into your speech, and then polish that speech and file it away. Leave it on your computer. I'm sure you're going to have many magic moments in the future, and maybe you can pick this speech up, shake it, dust it off, polish it a bit, update it because of new information, new experiences that you've had, maybe new technological changes, and then represent it. But at least most of the thinking, a lot of the thinking, you've already done. So don't just forget it now after this meeting. Yeah, polish the speech so that next time, if you need to, you can polish it up and deliver it again. So main thing to say today, you did well. Everybody, I'm sure, has learnt a lot just by being here, by delivering speeches. You learn things. Take it seriously. There are dollar signs, rupiah signs attached to improving your skills. Use this time when you're at school at your age. Make yourself the best public speaker you can. Gain as much self-confidence as you can. Self-confidence is something you need for public speaking, but guess what? You need self-confidence in everything you do. If you're in a work environment, at university, and somebody asks somebody to volunteer to do something, and nobody wants to volunteer, but you've developed your self-confidence, you know you can do it. It doesn't take very much for you to think, can I do this? Yes, do. Okay, yes, please. Let me be the person to deliver that project. You get involved in so many good things doing that. So this is the beginning. It's not the end of a journey. You will never finish. Lifelong learning is very true. You will keep improving your speeches as you go through life. That's good. And make it interesting. Make your life interesting. Make it exciting for yourself, and that will then transfer to other people. So again, big round of applause for all of you. Well done. I think you are going to be great speakers. Just keep at it. Don't give up. Never, ever give up. Persistence is really, really important. If there's something you know you cannot do, don't just give up and stop. Keep looking at the problem. Keep looking at it from other angles. And after a while, believe it or not, I found normally you find yourself, you find the answer. And you thought, wow, how could I have not seen that before? It was so obvious. So get in there. Don't give up. Be the best you can be. Thank you so much. I will look forward to seeing your next presentation, probably March 15 for, anybody know what March 15 is? Every year, March 15?
World Speech Day.
World Speech Day. Fantastic. Fortino, yeah? So now's a good time to start thinking. What speech are you going to deliver? Start thinking about it. Because World Speech Day is world audience. Yeah, we put the speeches out there as we are doing with this meeting, and other people can watch it from outside of Indonesia. Become world famous. Do the best you can. Show Indonesia to be a really good place for talent. You be the talent. Anyway, thank you all for doing what you did do. It was very enjoyable. It made me very proud to be involved with you guys. And I can see the changes that are happening. And I can see the changes that will continue to happen in your life. And that's what life is. Just keep going. Okay, thank you much. Back to Paula, who's just coming in the door.
Yeah, we're just coming.
Come back,
She
Paula.
lost the signal.
Where are you, Paula? Oh, there you are.
Okay, Paula, back to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike and
My pleasure.
everyone. See you next week, yeah? Oh, yeah, what about next week? We still have the meeting leader and then the meeting team.
Next week we have a meeting. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, I don't think there's a reason why we should not continue. He says every week, every Saturday.
Every Saturday. Only, and like I told you before, we will end 27th of December.
27 will be the last.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
don't know
when
if you want to dress it, make it shorter. Yes, we can